Welcome back. This is Benny Colbert. This is the Initiate School. My name is Benny Colbert. I am the Initiate School. This is my channel. Welcome. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you and explain to you something. I think it's very important. I was sharing this information with my sister. And it's a concept, and I'm not sure if everybody gets it. This is how you handle your trials. I will give you an example. I will try to make it relatable if I can. And I only got 7 minutes to do it, so let me get to it. Alrighty, so here we go. I talk about a couple of issues here. These are trials that you have to mentally tackle. You have your mental aspect, but you also have to tackle the physical aspect. So my friend, let's just say my friend, every trial that she's had to tackle, it's been on the physical plane. Because it was on the physical plane, she would put the problem down in her head and she would figure out how to tackle it. She's been good at it. Matter of fact, she prides herself out there as doing great work on the physical plane. But she's weak on the mental plane, so she has to do things in the physical realm to take care of her mental realm. You got physical, you got mental. These are two things that you have to master. So she's good at doing stuff on the physical plane, but not so good at doing things on the mental plane. And this is how I told her to handle it. By doing an assessment of yourself. I'm good at this, I'm good at that, I'm good at this, I'm good at that. I'm not so good at this, I'm not so good at that, I'm not so good at this, and I'm not so good at that. I told her to do an assessment. Look at your strengths, look at your weaknesses. You take your strengths, use your strengths to help you with your weaknesses. And here's the example. I told this particular person, okay, you're good in the physical. You're good at getting things done, right? But you're not so good on the mental. Here it is. Okay, well, how can you fix the things on the mental? You have to bring the mental to the physical. By bringing your mental issues to the physical, now they're real to you. Now you know this is your strength. This is what you're good at. Because you just brought those out of the realm of your mental and brought them to the physical. Something very simple. By writing it down. Write down your problems. Write down how you feel about those problems. How do those problems make you feel? Oh, they make me feel like this. You just identified the problem. Let me tell you how to get over it. You go back to your mental. Now you have the answer on the physical plane. Now you have to go back to the mental plane and reconcile it. I'll tell you how. Go back to your childhood. It could be your childhood. It could be when you were a teenager. It could even be when you were an adult. But you have to go back to the root cause of the behavior or emotion that you're feeling now. So you have to be taking a look at yourself, and you got to be saying, what's going on with me? I'm reacting this way to this particular stimuli or situation or trigger, and I feel this way. Okay, I've identified the problem. Now what you do is you go back to the root of the problem. Not even the root of the problem. It's able to, for you to identify that feeling. The first time that you've ever felt that feeling was most likely when you were this age. So tell me, what happened at that particular situation? I don't know. That'll be up to you. But now you've identified the problem. Now you go back on this side and you figure it out. Simple, but not as easy as it would seem. This is how you do the work. I've already told you about the work. Now I'm telling you specifically how to do the mental work. I went back, I showed you there's two things you have to master from this particular situation: the physical and the mental. There's still more pieces, but I use these as an example. So recapping: physical plane, mental plane, work. You took what you knew from the physical plane because that was your strength. You brought it back to the mental plane. Once you identified the problems and the issues in the mental, you made it real. You took it out of your mental and brought it to the physical. Now it's time to reconcile that issue. You go back to the mental plane. You use what you learned. You use your strengths to figure out your weakness area. That's how you're able to get over it, get the work done. Now what's next? Because you just leveled up. You just set up another level. By getting that extra level, you get a download, you get more information, you get a wider net to cast. And that means more information is going to come for you to discern the new pieces of information. I need you to picture yourself like a private investigator. And you're only getting pieces of this information. You might hear it on music. You might see it on a TV show. You might keep hearing a word that keeps coming up in your conscious, not once, not twice, 3 times. And then you get confirmations to say, did I just hear that? You mean to tell me I've been thinking about this thought all week and I just heard it 3 times? You hear it 3 times, it's time to do something about it. The information is coming to you, but are you listening? Or are you distracted? I'm going to stop right there, folks. I think this is some vital information. Somebody's going to benefit from this. I hope it's you. Peace out.